if
Dina,
that's
it's so
okay.
nice to meet you. I'm so excited
Oh
to
yeah,
chat
it's
with
so
you
nice to meet you.
today.
Well, I
This
feel
is
like
so
I kind
cool.
of know you already because I've
Yeah,
seen
you
your
too.
videos.
Yeah, it's so awesome. I've been like, it's just been so mind blowing, like watching what's been happening with your channel and hearing a little bit about your backstory and everything. It's just, yeah, it's so amazing to know that it's,
Yeah.
been such a journey for you. And when I think it was when you'd hit 5,000 subscribers, I was like, I should see if she'll come on my channel and chat with my crowd about how the 5,000 happened. And then all of this has been happening,
Now
which
it's
is
now
just
it's 13,000
epic.
today.
Yes, congratulations. It's so cool. It's so
Thank
cool.
you.
What's amazing, especially like in the Video Ranking Academy community, is just seeing like the support of everyone and how like a post like yours, how inspiring that can be to so many people. It's so cool.
You know what's funny? So I posted again. Well, you saw the other one about like the 10,000 subscribers. And then there were like 5 people who told me, oh my gosh, Dina, like your video popped up on YouTube on the weekend. So I subscribed to you. And then you posted on
Yeah.
VRA. And I'm
Yeah,
like, oh
yeah.
my gosh.
To get us started, would you mind filling us in like a bit on your backstory and how you got started on YouTube?
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so I started 2 years and 3 months ago. That's when I had my first video. When I started, I didn't want to be like a big YouTuber. That was never the goal. So at that time, I was running my calligraphy business, and I also had a coaching business helping calligraphers start a business. So one of my mentors, like, he saw that I had these blog posts about how to start a calligraphy business, how to make money with lettering. So he actually suggested that I just make a YouTube video of the blog post, but like the same content, and just put it into the blog. And then I can also capture like people who are searching how to make money with calligraphy on YouTube and then funnel them into my coaching program. So that's the whole reason why I made videos in the first place. So if you go back and look at my old videos, it's all like how to make money with calligraphy. And I think at that time, I did think maybe there's a possibility I could get big doing the calligraphy stuff. But yeah, I think that was kind of like a stretch to me. And like, yeah, I just never thought I would want to become like a big YouTuber.
Yeah,
Yeah.
wow. Well,
But
joke's
now I
on you
do.
because it looks like you're going to.
But now I do. I do. I had like a pivot, which I guess we'll talk about later.
Oh, that's so incredible. So, have you been like self-employed for a really long time then?
Yeah, it's been 3.5 years, almost 4 years.
Amazing.
Thank
Amazing.
you.
That's
Well,
so
it's been
good.
hard until like now. I feel like it's been
Yeah, yeah.
so hard until like last month.
It's wild. So the calligraphy business, is that something you're still doing now or you've like fully pivoted on from that?
Yeah, so I still am. So no more coaching at all. But the calligraphy, I'm still doing it. I still teach. It's mainly like corporate calligraphy workshops for companies who want to do like a team building event. So that one is maybe once a month. I'll do one. They just
Mm.
email me, and then I'm like, okay, I'll do it. Well, this is my here. Let me. If people don't know what calligraphy is, let me bring this closer. Okay, this is actually my mission state. I know, vision statement. But yeah, this is the calligraphy. So it says, I envision a world where everyone confidently pursues their dreams. When people pursue their dreams, they are happy and they make the world a better place. So that's like what I want to do in general with my life. And like YouTube really fits in. So yeah,
Yeah.
I teach calligraphy. I don't do like custom commissions like for weddings. My calligraphy is actually just like very basic. It's not fancy. There's no flourishing. For anyone who does calligraphy, like they know, like this is just very basic calligraphy.
As someone who doesn't do calligraphy, it looks very impressive to me.
Yeah, that's what other people think when
Awesome.
they don't do calligraphy. Thank you.
Yeah,
um,
so you started out with the calligraphy. So awesome. And then like how has your channel kind of evolved to where you're at now and the kind of content you're creating now?
I would say a couple months in, so maybe like 8 months after I started the YouTube channel, I was so drained from making those how to make money with calligraphy videos, because it would take so long to like plan the video and film the video. I had a video editor when I first started because I didn't know how to edit videos. but it would still take so much energy. And I think at the beginning, I was trying to be so energetic in my videos, and it just felt so unnatural. So yeah, after like several months of doing that, I was like, oh my God, it's so much work. And like, I only have 500 subscribers and it's growing so slowly. I just don't know if it's worth it anymore. And then that's when I was thinking, well, maybe I can try to make some other content, because I've always been interested in personal development, and I've always loved sharing just my business journey in general. So that's when I was like, okay, let me make some other content. Maybe I'll feel better about it, so I won't be so drained. And then I started doing that a little bit and experimenting more. And then I also started editing the videos myself because I wanted to do more storytelling. And then, oh my gosh, editing, it takes like so long. As you know, it would take me like 8 hours to edit one video.
Is that like 8 hours for an 8-minute video? Is that like kind of the vibe? I feel like that's the number that I hear so often from so many people, is like every minute takes an hour. So you're editing your own videos now, and in the beginning you had an editor.
Okay, but now I have another editor now. So I had an editor when I first started, and then I was like, oh, I want to do more storytelling and more B-roll. So then I started doing all the videos. And then maybe 6 months ago, I was like, oh my God, this is taking so long. I just can't do it anymore. Yeah. And then like my eyes would hurt, and then my neck would hurt because I'm like using the mouse so much. So now I have a video editor who I've been working with for about 6 months. So I usually do a little bit of editing at first, like maybe I'll trim a little bit, like the beginning part, and then I'll edit the audio, and then I'll just send the rest to her to do. So now it's kind of, I'll do like 1 or 2 hours, and then she'll do the rest.
So what was your process like of finding your editor? We had someone send in a question asking about that.
Yeah, well, the first editor, he was actually following me, like with the calligraphy stuff. And then I posted my first video, and then he messaged me on Instagram. He was like, oh, maybe you could do this with a thumbnail. And then I said, oh, are you a video editor? And he's like, uh-huh. I'm like, okay, I need a video editor.
That's so good.
So, yeah, I didn't find the first one, but then the second one, I posted a job description on Upwork. And then I like interviewed a couple people, and then I also got like 5 people to make like a sample video for me, like a sample edit.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But I also think like a referral, like if I knew somebody else who had a video editor, I would have asked.
Yeah. Actually, Sharon, that's Snazzy Life. Do you know Sharon?
Yes, I know Sharon.
Yeah. So I said, do you know Sharon? But I know that you know Sharon because Sharon told me that you told her about an editor that
yeah, that's my current editor.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
How long did it take you to get to like your first 1,000 subscribers? Because a lot of people who are watching, and let us know in the comments if you are yet to get to your first 1,000 subscribers. I am. How long did it take you, and like how much work did it take you to get to your first 1,000 subscribers?
Yeah, so it took 9 months, and I made 33 videos. I thought I would get there sooner because I think on Instagram, I had maybe 2,500 or 3,000 followers. So then I was like, how come they're not converting into the YouTube subscribers? And it's taking 9 months.
Yeah. And then how long has it taken you to get your most recent 1,000 subscribers?
My most recent 1,000.
So your first 1,000.
One day.
It's so good.
So
it's so awesome.
Yeah. Yesterday I was at 12,000, and then today I'm at 13,000. And then maybe by the time the video is posted, which is, I don't know if it's next week or 2 weeks.
It's going to be in a week and a half. So I'm actually very excited about this to see how
maybe 20,000.
20,000. Oh my goodness. This is going to be so exciting. I'm so excited for everyone who is watching this to go and have a look at your channel and, subscribe and all that sort of stuff, but go and have a look and see where it's at. And that will be fun. Here's a fun game. Maybe put in the comments how your guess of how many subscribers Dina's going to be at when this video goes live. And then after the video, go and have a look and see if you were right. That'll be fun. That'll be a fun game. Awesome. So what have been some of your biggest challenges on YouTube?
Everything from like the technical stuff. Like I'm not like a photographer. Like the technical stuff, and then also like confidence, and then the video editing. And then I had a huge problem with my niche for the last year. So yeah, like I feel like everything. And then also just like the mindset to keep going. So I got my first 1,000 subscribers not in like 9 months, but then I wasn't monetized until like a year and a half after I posted the first video, because it took so long to get the 4,000 watch hours.
Yes, it's quite a lot, isn't it? Like when you first start out on your YouTube journey, you're like, 4,000 watch hours. That's not so bad. And then as you slowly see it, like slowly going
like
up,
so slow.
Yeah.
So I think like everything was a struggle. Everything. Yeah, I can elaborate if you want me to. Like, is there one specific one you want me to elaborate more on?
Well, I mean, you've been so open on your YouTube channel about some of these struggles, and like I think self-confidence is something that like so many people, like I can absolutely relate to that, and I imagine that a lot of people watching also can. What was your, because you didn't even want to get on camera at first, right?
Yeah, so okay, so I mentioned that I had a mentor who told me to start my YouTube. So he told me that, but then I didn't actually do it until like I think 5 months later. Because I didn't know okay, I do a lot of like Instagram stories, but like I feel like that's okay, and I feel like YouTube is like a different thing. It's like, because there are videos of celebrities on YouTube, and then I'm going to be on the same platform. I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I can do it. So it took me like 5 months to actually start the channel. And yeah, I think at first it was just really unnatural. But then I was like, you know what, okay, the mindset I had was, I'll just make one video. I'll just commit to making one video. That's all. I'll just do one and then see how it goes.
Yeah. And it did pretty well, right? I had a bit of a scroll back. Like it's over 2,000 views, right? 2,500 views. I did a little bit of stalking before this.
Was pretty good. And there were a lot of comments because I think it was the first one. That's why people commented.
Did you tell people in your life that you were doing it when you started doing it?
Yeah, I told my closest friends, and then when I published the video, I announced it like on my Instagram.
I think that can be a really, really hard thing to do as well. Like on YouTube or like online, you can kind of be a little bit anonymous to a certain extent, but actually telling people what you're doing can be like, yeah, I know I've struggled at times going, oh, what if, people think I'm an idiot? Like,
yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like everyone goes through that to a certain extent. Yeah. And most people.
And my audio was so bad. And the video quality was so bad. I was like, I knew it was like a bad quality video, but then I feel like the content in the video is actually pretty good, because the first video was like me telling my story of how I started the calligraphy business, which I've told many times. So I knew the content was good. It was just like, I used my phone and I didn't have anything for audio. It was literally the phone, I think. The phone audio.
Yeah, which is so totally amazing. And that is such a great start. And like on this channel, like, we're kind of all about embracing those imperfections and like not waiting until you have all the right gear before you get started, because like, I mean, you started with a phone and you are now at 13,000 subscribers. Like it's a journey, and it's so cool being able to go back and like with the content creators that you love, like going back and looking at their original stuff and going, oh, wow, that's like, it's so inspiring for people to be able to see that start and to be able to see the quality kind of grow and develop over the years. It's so awesome. So good.
I do that too with like with the YouTubers I watch. Like I'll go back and watch the first video, and it's always pretty cringy.
I had this thing where I thought my first video was awesome. I was like, as editing it, I was like, this is so good. Like, what's Sean Cannell talking about? Your first videos are going to be your worst videos. Mine's great. And then I went like, recently I've gone back and watched it and gone, it's
oh my God, I have to go watch your first video after this.
You got to watch it. It's so dear. But like I always say, like I'm so grateful to myself for doing that and for having the courage to do that. It's good because it leads to this, and I'm so excited about like seeing where we're both at in 12 months
Mhm.
time, and like watching that development happen is really cool, I think. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
awesome. And I know you from your Instagram and stuff, and your channel, I've seen like you do a lot of journaling. What's that process about and for you?
I'm a huge fan of journaling. I think I've been doing it since I was like maybe 10 years old, like on and off. I did a lot more throughout like university. And then when I worked in one job, it was like a government office job. And then I quit that job to do the calligraphy stuff. But the last like several years, I've basically journaled almost every single day. I have like it's like a 5-year diary. You know those 1 line a day journals where you write like
Oh
one
yeah, yeah.
line? So I have one of those. It's my 10th year doing that. So I have like 2 of those ones. And then I have like a big journal where I write longer stuff every single day. So
Mm.
yeah, I think in terms of like the business stuff, like I always have like mindset problems or business problems, or I'm thinking something. So I always write it in my journal. It's like I love processing my thoughts and like emotions through journaling. And I also like just writing it down because I feel like if I'm feeling something negative, once I write it down, it's kind of like it's out of me because it's out. I just wrote it out. And I do have a couple of journaling videos on my channel if you want to check out. Just search Dina Lu journal.
I'll have your channel and any specific videos that we've mentioned all linked in the description of this video as well for people to go and check out too. So you do the journaling. What are some other ways that you deal with those self-confidence or mindset issues that you might be experiencing?
I do a couple of things. So I think journaling is a big one. And then another one is affirmations. So I've just recently been starting to share more like affirmations on my Instagram. I do like affirmation of the day, and then I write what it is. Oh, today, I'll tell you what today's is.
Yes, please.
It's I can hold space for 50,000 people because my goal for February is to get to 50,000 subscribers by the
Yes.
end of this month.
Awesome. Yes, that's so good. Well, hopefully this video will be, a little part of helping you get there. Everyone
Yeah.
go and subscribe, and it's
Yeah,
so
thank you.
amazing. And even just that video that you've shared on what your experience of having your channel blowing up has been like. So could you take us to that day? Set the scene of, what was it, like the 28th of December or something?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, so yeah, that was the first time I saw like it was like a whoop. Like I
Yeah.
saw just the beginning of that and I was like, oh my God. I was so I was like so shocked. And then yeah, I was like, oh my God, but like, is this actually happening? Because then I wasn't sure if
Yeah.
it would just go up and then down. I wasn't sure if it would actually like sustain itself. Um, but then also, interestingly enough, a couple months before the video blew up, I actually journaled about me feeling like I am gonna blow up this year. So like in
Mm.
2022, in like around October, like I have a journal entry. It's like I feel like it's gonna happen by the end of the year. Like something big in my business is gonna happen. So I didn't know if it was gonna be YouTube or my Etsy shop, because I just started an Etsy shop. But then I just felt like something would happen. I don't know. I just felt it. And then on December 28th, I was like, oh my gosh, it's like actually happening. Like, could this actually be happening? And then I told like all my close friends and I shared it on Instagram. I'm like, oh my gosh, I think I'm blowing up. Like this video is getting bigger.
Was it the day that you released it that it was just clear straight away it was doing well? Or was it?
No, it was 1 week after. So on December 23rd, that's when I posted my first month on Etsy update video. And then 1 week later on the 28th, that's when it started like going up.
Yeah, wow. And it just has not stopped, has it? It's
That one
awesome.
has actually gone down because after I posted the second month update, Now
Oh, yeah,
that
yeah.
one is like the fastest growing. It's growing like 20,000 views every 48 hours. So 10,000 views
Wow.
every day. So that one is like
Wow.
the fastest one now.
With the first one that took off, was there anything different about that video? Because that was your 99th video, right?
Yes, 99.
Yeah, it's so I just think this whole thing is so amazing because there are a lot of people that watch this channel. We all kind of get to that point sometimes where we're like, oh, what are we even doing? And I know you had said that you were thinking about taking a month off in January and like
Yeah.
all of that sort of stuff. Like, was there anything different about that video or was it just,
So I think,
the algorithm or whatever?
yeah, I think it's both. So I think first of all, like that the topic of the video is very hot. It's like
Mm,
my first month on Etsy, like how much money did I make? And that was like the first Etsy video I made. And Etsy in general is like a very popular YouTube niche. So I think it was partly the topic and then partly, so that in that video, at the very beginning of the video, I said I just started on Etsy and I made 10 sales. That captured people's attention because usually in these kinds of videos, it's like, I started my first month on Etsy and I made 10,000 sales. And then people are
yeah,
like,
as
okay, I'm
if
not going to watch the video.
yeah. It's
Yeah,
not
so
achievable.
there's a lot of those kinds of videos. But I think the reason why this video took off is because people saw the video and then they saw that it was like very relatable because I only
Mm,
made 10 sales. It's like, oh, she made 10 sales. Okay, that's great. Like, but it's not like so unimaginable like making hundreds of sales in the first month. So I think it was that part. And then I think it was also, I think throughout the 2 years of me doing YouTube, I just became a lot better at talking into the camera. And
mm.
I think that all my videos from the last 6 months, I think all of them were like viral worthy. All my videos from the last 6 months, I think like I really like them. Um, so I don't know why none of them took off. But whatever, it doesn't matter. I knew that at some point, like people they would just start to subscribe. They would just start to like me. Yeah, so I think it's
That's
like a combination.
was your intention when you saw all that happening? Were you like, oh, cool, I've got to, because I saw you have since done more Etsy videos. Were you always intending to have this be the start of a series of videos?
I had no idea because I think for the last year, I was really struggling with my YouTube niche because originally it was about making money with calligraphy. And then I thought, okay, I'm gonna try to do more general stuff. But it was a lot of different topics like personal development, confidence, pet sitting, because I did that last summer. That was when I stopped doing the coaching and I wanted to do more YouTube, but then like coaching was my biggest income source. So when I ended that, I was like, oh no, I don't have money. That's why I did the pet sitting. It was like a
Oh
side
no, I
gig.
don't have
And I was
money.
like, oh, maybe people will like videos on the pet sitting. So I made a lot of pet sitting videos. And then,
Mm.
yeah, and then I made more videos on like my business journey. So for a really long time, I was struggling with, I don't know what my niche is. Like I have so many things that I'm doing. It's like, it's a lot of stuff. And so I think once the Etsy video blew up, I was like, oh my God, yes, that's going to be my niche. So right now my plan is like every month I'll have 4 videos. 2 videos will be Etsy videos. So one is going to be like the monthly update video. The second will be a more technical video, like more like how to do this on Etsy. And then the 2 other videos will be, well, now that I made a video on my YouTube blowing up and that video is doing well now. So another video will be a YouTube journey video. And then the last
Awesome.
video will be a whatever. So
Yeah,
like I know what I'm
I
doing
love
now
that.
on YouTube. It's gonna
Yeah,
be
I
like
love that
Etsy,
so
YouTube,
much.
yeah, business journey. Sorry, go ahead.
No, sorry for cutting you off. I just think it's like a lot of people I think get really, really worked up and worried about like niche. And we're told a lot like you gotta just pick one thing and just do that. And I feel like that can be a little bit like muzzly, like a little bit stifling or something like or maybe interrupt the creative flow and like
Yeah.
our joy. And it's like, you have
Yeah.
to, yeah, I love that. And Brett Shuford, who's another awesome content creator, he's so big on like not limiting yourself to only like one very specific thing. And he's like doing incredibly well.
Hmm.
So I mean, I love that. I love that there's no actual rules. Like,
Yeah. Like I think it can work both ways. Like if you know
mm,
what you want the niche to be and then you just make videos about that, like it really does work. But then I also think there's like another kind of creator who like I kind of just want my own personal brand. Like I want people to subscribe to my YouTube because they love me. And like
yeah,
it's
yeah.
my dream to like have subscriber meetups all over the world. I'll come to Australia one day.
Yes, you've got to
Yeah,
come to Australia. It's far away.
it's far away, but
It's a
it's
long
just
flight,
a
but it's
plane
worth
ride
it.
away.
Yeah, so like you're the niche, right?
Yes. So no matter what I'm doing, because maybe 1 year from now, I won't be doing my Etsy anymore. Or maybe it'll just be so automated that I'm like, okay, I don't want to work on my Etsy anymore. And then I start to do this other thing. But I still want, like, I want my subscribers to be there for the entire journey, the entire
Mm.
business journey, or my life.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, it's so cool. So cool. I had never had much to do with Etsy apart from one time I bought like a really kind of nana shower cap. But watching your video, I was like, I need to start an Etsy, I need an Etsy shop. I need to work out how this thing works because this is like, it's so powerful. I mean, I don't know, like I am often very inspired by the things that people who I'm chatting with are doing. And I'm like, I must do that also. But like, I totally get why those videos are doing so well because the way you teach it and the way you explain your experience and share what's going on with you, it makes it so like attainable and realistic for people. It's so good. You're so good.
Yeah. And like comparing it to YouTube, because now I have like two passive income sources. There's the YouTube AdSense and there's Etsy. Like it took me 2 years to make any substantial money with YouTube. But then with the
Mm.
Etsy, I started in November and then in the second month, I made more than what I made with YouTube.
Yeah.
So it's like I think if people have the right skills, like if they can like use Canva or they're actually good at designing or they have a good eye and they can like learn the Etsy system, it's a really like good way to make money. It can be very profitable if you do it right. And it doesn't need to take 2 years like YouTube.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I loved that video that you made about side hustles. And because I've always been a little bit of a side hustler and, tried a few different things. But I love that. I love what you said about YouTube and how like this is not going to be a fast thing. Like that's a great video. I'm going to link that. I'm going to link that at the end of this video and down below in the description. So how do you come up with your video ideas?
Sometimes it's just random when I'm just doing something. I don't know. Sometimes it's people like asking me questions in the comments or on Instagram. But yeah, it's kind of just from all over. Like I keep like a list of video ideas, and a lot of the times I just get ideas when I'm running or when I'm showering, or maybe I share something on Instagram and then I'm like, oh, maybe I could turn this into like a video idea.
And do you have like a set schedule like for your content creation? Do you do like you're filming on a certain day, release on a certain day, stuff like that?
I wish I did, but I don't. It's kind of like I have a deadline for my video editor for me to get the video outline to her. So I just kind of, I just do it whenever. I just plan the next, when I'm going to film the next time. That's all. And then,
Yeah. Yeah. So do you have like any specific mentors or channels or resources and stuff that you go to for inspiration for your own channel?
Yeah, well, the VRA has been a huge one. The Video Ranking Academy, the channel is Think Media with Sean Cannell. That one is a huge one. And then other ones, I used to watch a lot more how to grow on YouTube kind of YouTube videos last year. Like I watched a lot of like Catherine Manning. She's one of my favorite
Me
YouTubers.
too.
Oh my gosh!
I'm wearing her merch. This wasn't even
Whoa!
planned.
Wow! Oh my gosh! Like she really stood out to me because she's so like transparent with how much money she makes and how everything's going, like her struggles. And then she seems very relatable, and she kind of has like I feel like I'm kind of similar to her because she did YouTube for was it 2 years or 3 years or something like that before it finally picked up. So I was like, wow, like okay, this person did it for 2 years. Okay, let me do that. I know it's possible if I keep going.
I see her in you and what you're doing. Like, it's great.
Yeah,
Like,
I
I
love her.
see
She
that
really
influence.
inspires
That's
me.
awesome. Yeah, yeah. Oh, she's fantastic. I love that. I love the openness, and also how cool that she's just gone, I'm gonna do what I want to do now.
Yeah,
Like,
the pivot into all the
yeah,
house stuff and the
so
vlogging.
cool.
Yeah.
And that's one of your things that you want to do, right? Like property.
Yes, I
I've
do.
been stalking you.
Oh
Yeah, I
my
saw
gosh,
that.
yeah, that's
Saw
so
that in your
funny.
goals. Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of my goals. I've always wanted to have like an Airbnb where I can like also meet the travelers and like give them tips on like Vancouver. Yeah.
Well, I'll come and stay. How about that? I'll come
Oh my
stay in
God,
your
yes.
Airbnb. That'll be
Yes.
so much
Okay.
fun. Oh my
Yes.
gosh, I can't wait to hang out with you. That's
Or
great.
maybe I'll come to Australia first.
Maybe you will. That'd be fantastic.
Well, actually,
Yeah,
so I
no
haven't
pressure.
revealed this yet on my Instagram, but on February 7th, which I guess is after, so this video will go out after February 7th. I'm actually going to be in Vietnam.
Oh
I'm
wow.
flying to Vietnam on February 7th for, I think I'll stay in Southeast Asia for a couple of months because it's my dream to be a digital nomad. So I'm
Amazing.
finally doing it. And like all my Instagram followers, like I've been saying, oh, I have an exciting reveal on February 7th. So that's what I'm doing. But I can say
Oh,
it here.
yes, because it's not coming out yet. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool. So are you planning to just continue traveling from there?
So I think my plan is to maybe do 3 months in Southeast Asia. I bought a one-way ticket. So it depends on how the business goes, how I'm feeling. Maybe I don't like it that much. I don't know. Like I have traveled before solo and I love it, but I don't know if I can do like 6 months. But yeah, we'll see. And maybe I'll come to Australia.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's a
we'll
great
see.
place. I highly recommend
If you
it.
see some kind of like promotion on like tickets, let me know from like
Yes,
Southeast
definitely.
Asia.
Oh goodness, I just bought flights to Germany. My brother lives in Germany, and I just bought flights the other day, and they were not cheap. It's like
Oh, and it's
it's
so far from Australia, so far
unbelievable.
from everything.
Australia, I don't know if people have noticed this, but when Australians travel, we travel for like a long time because it's far. Like my first ever overseas trip was 2 years.
That means I need to stay longer in Australia.
Yes,
If I come.
that's the point. It's very far to come, so come and stay
Stay
for
longer.
2 years if you want. Yeah, no, that's so amazing. How exciting that you are. Yeah, that you're living out your dreams. Has this plan been made since your stuff started going viral?
I think I bought the ticket like 3 weeks ago. So I think 2 weeks after the video went viral, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm making passive income. This is happening. I'm gonna
That's
go.
amazing.
And it's
Yeah,
probably gonna make
that's
my
so
YouTube
good.
grow even faster because now
Absolutely.
yeah, I've been saying like I want to live my dream, I want to inspire people. So now I can live my dream. And then when people see that, like, yeah, I think it's like good for my content. It's good for me. Like I've always wanted to do this. So yeah.
That is so,
Thank you.
so amazing and so inspiring. Are you like right now desperate to check how many subscribers you have right now?
Oh, do you want me to check?
What's the experience been like for you? Because I wouldn't be able to sleep, I feel like.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So I check it a lot. I think like
Yeah.
every single hour I'll like look at it and I have a lot of comments. There's so many comments on the YouTube blowing up video. Like I think that one has there's like 500 comments, but maybe 200 are me replying to them. So yeah, I check all the time. And then in the morning, right when I wake up, I check. I don't think I should be doing this. Like, I think I'll get used to the growth maybe. But right now it's just like so exciting that I'm
It's
like,
so
oh my God,
exciting.
let me check it. Let me calculate how
Yeah.
many per hour. How many will I get in
Yeah.
24 hours?
Yeah, everyone's all like, "Oh no, you shouldn't check your analytics too often," but like as if you could not, as you right now with what's going
Yeah.
on. And it's so awesome that you are like, I can't believe it when you respond to my comments because I'm like, "You hundreds of comments. How do you have time for this?" But it's awesome and it's so important to be doing that and to get back
Yeah.
to comments. It's
I think I
a
can
thing
do it
that
now, but maybe in
mm,
like a week, I'm not sure if I can. Maybe I'll just like heart all the
yeah,
short
yeah.
comments. Yeah, I can't reply to all of them soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's getting
Oh,
to be a
it's
lot
amazing.
now.
Do I want you to check how many subscribers you have now? Yes, please.
Okay, let's
That'd be
check.
awesome. We all know
Okay.
you wanna know, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Has
Oh,
this been the
oh my
longest
gosh, I
you
turned the Wi-Fi off because of this interview. So let me turn the Wi-Fi.
right. Oh, you're at 13.1 thousand. So it's gone up a casual
Okay.
100 while we've been chatting.
Yeah,
That's
it's like
so awesome.
1,000. It's like I think it's like 40 subscribers per hour.
That's so cool. How fun. What are you thinking moving forward? Like you're going traveling. Are you thinking you're going to keep on doing the Etsy videos, you're going to do a YouTube video and then just whatever you feel like doing? That's the plan?
Yeah, I guess so. This month, I haven't really been working on the Etsy because I've been so excited about the YouTube. So
Mm.
I've only made 3 listings last month in January. But I think starting this month in February, I have to work more on the Etsy because people are waiting for me to work on the Etsy so I can give an update about how
Yeah.
the Etsy is going. I can't
Yeah.
disappoint them.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's so but it's amazing that like even though you haven't been doing that, it's still growing, right?
Last month in January, I made my first $1,000 in net profit in 1 month
Wow, like after
on
ads?
Etsy.
Before ads, after ads?
After. So this is net profit that is going into my bank account. It's like
That's
1,000 Canadian dollars.
so good.
Yeah, I'm
That's
like
so
really
amazing.
excited to share that with everyone because the first month I think it was like 100 something dollars. The second month was like 200 or $300, and then I literally didn't do anything last month. I made 3 listings, and then it's like $1,000.
That's so good. This like passive income thing is so cool. I've been thinking a bit about merch lately because I started a Redbubble store like back at the start of COVID because I wasn't able to go to work and so I was at home and my wife came home from she was still working and she came home from work and she was like, "What are you doing?" And I was sitting on the couch and I had started like a new side hustle, which was this Redbubble store. And like even with that, like I haven't done anything on it for ages, but I still have money coming in, like not $1,000 a month, but like I still have bits and pieces. Every now and then I get an email saying I made a sale. And like
Oh,
even though it's like not anything to retire off of, every time that happens, I'm like, I just got money for doing nothing.
yeah,
Like I did
yeah,
nothing. So it would
yeah.
kind of be in some ways fun to see what happens in your Etsy store if you do absolutely nothing for a month.
This month I actually turned off the ads, but I think I
Mm.
will make more listings. But yeah, like whenever I wake up, I check my phone, and then when I get an Etsy sale in the middle of the night, I'm like so excited because I'm like, I was sleeping and I made
Yeah.
money.
It's awesome. It's so cool and it's so inspiring. And I love that as well. You're not sharing what your Etsy store is on your YouTube channel. Because a lot of people would do the opposite. A lot of people would be like, here's my Etsy store, go buy my stuff. Can you explain why you're not sharing what it is?
The reason is because I don't want people to click into my shop and not buy anything because Etsy will see that people are clicking into my shop and then it makes the conversion go down. Like people are looking around, but they're not buying things. So then Etsy will see that, oh, why are people looking, but then they're not buying? So I mainly
Mm,
wanted to keep it Yeah, like totally separate. And I don't want people to steal my niche because it's a
Yes.
really good niche. But I have
Yeah,
shared that
yeah.
it's all Canva templates for a specific kind of business owner. So it's Canva templates for businesses. But I haven't said
Mm.
what kind and what kind of templates, but it is Canva. Yeah.
I tried to find you. I was hoping I could be like a really sneaky great detective and
Oh, it's
find it.
hard.
But I
Yeah.
couldn't. I couldn't. So you've done a marvelous job of that. It's so interesting. So, and I mean, that sort of applies to YouTube as well, and how the YouTube algorithm works, doesn't it? Because like, you know, a lot of people will try and share a lot of stuff on like in Facebook groups or whatever. Have you seen that being effective, or what's the opposite word to effective? Destructive for your
Yeah.
YouTube channel?
I think it depends on the niche. So right now, okay, well, let's say right now I make like a general video about, okay, let's say it's the YouTube blowing up video. I would post that on my own Facebook page for my friends. I think I have about 1,000 friends on Facebook. So I would post that, but I wouldn't post something like how to do Etsy research. Like I wouldn't post that because none of my Facebook friends are interested in starting an Etsy shop, or they'll just click it and then they'll click out of it. So I think it depends if it's relevant, but I would never post it in like Facebook groups or Reddit forums. I just,
Yeah.
I don't think that's,
Yeah.
I don't think you're allowed to. A lot of them you're not allowed to either.
Yeah. I think people get very confused about where's a good place to get YouTube views from, and it seems like it's like YouTube is the best place.
YouTube.
Because people, if they're on Facebook, aren't necessarily particularly, like if it's not even something that they're interested in, it's like a 3-second view doesn't count as well as a 5-minute, 10-minute view or whatever, so it can be pretty damaging.
Even if you get your friends to watch it just to support you, it might not be good either, because let's say it's like somebody, like let's say it's my calligraphy stuff. If one of my friends watches it and they watch completely different stuff on YouTube, like maybe they watch news or maybe they watch sports, YouTube will be really confused that somebody who's really interested in news and sports is watching a calligraphy channel. Like, I don't think it's good. Even if your friends watch it sometimes.
Yeah. Oh, it's such an interesting thing, isn't it? One thing that I think that everyone who's watching should definitely go and study of what you do on your channel so seamlessly and beautifully is the call to action at the end of your videos.
The watch this video next?
Yeah.
I learned that from VRA.
Yeah. But what's so amazing is that you do it throughout the video as well. Like you kind of drip feed what's coming next throughout the whole thing, which is just amazing.
I don't know if that's good, because I don't want them to go look for that video in the middle of the video. So I do mention it, but I actually don't know if it's good that I do it in the middle.
It worked on me.
But like maybe I will mention it if it's like relevant, and then at the end I'll like link it in the end cards.
Yeah, but like you're not linking, you're not doing the like, what are they called? The
cards.
You're not doing the cards.
Yeah, I purposely don't put the cards there so they don't click it. I only put the thumbnail.
Suck, right?
I put all the cards at the end. At the end.
Yeah,
I put some cards there too.
Yeah, because they just like take people away from the video that they're watching right now, like if they click on it. I was wondering if you could share, like if you had a friend who was just saying, I think I'm going to start a YouTube channel, like what is the biggest piece of advice that you would give to them?
Just do it. Just make the first video and don't tell anyone, and just send it to me. I think that's the scary thing. The first video is always like the scariest. And a lot of my friends actually told me they want to start a YouTube channel, but guess how many did? None. And I told them, make the first video, don't tell anyone, and just send it to me. Like, just make a video. You don't even have to post it. But none of them did. Yeah, you just gotta just make one video.
Yeah, I
Really
love
don't
what you
share
said
it.
about earlier on. You said about like one at a time, just focus on one at a time. I think so many people that I talk to really get in their heads about like, it's not even that they don't have a good idea. It's because they have like 100,000 different ideas and they don't know which one to do. They don't know what's going to be the
Mhm.
right one. And I think that can be so debilitating. So just
Yeah.
picking one and going, like, the reason I haven't started my merch yet is because I'm like, what's the right platform to choose? Like, do I do Shopify or Spreadshop or, this or that or whatever? And it's like, you just have to pick one. And I think accepting that it's like, maybe it's not the right one. Who cares? That's okay.
Yeah.
Then do
And you
another
can
one.
change it later.
Yeah. Yeah. I love how many shifts your channel, like the journey your channel's gone on. And it's been like, hasn't just been a clear process from the beginning.
Yeah.
It's so good that you've explored so many different things and that you're continuing to do that. And yeah, I'm just so
Yeah. Thank
excited for
you.
what's to come for you. And where can people find you?
Well, you can find me on YouTube.
Yeah,
You'll link my stuff below.
I
I'm
will.
also very active on Instagram stories. I don't post a lot, but Instagram stories. So it's mainly YouTube and Instagram stories.
Well, thank you so very much. I'm going to link your video about your channel blowing up right here and then another video that YouTube's recommended. And thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in.
Thanks for having me.